Failed by systems of power for years, neighborhoods were left without even basic services like street lighting. Recognizing the dire need in her area, in 2008, Shemayan Harris, known as Mama Shu, began renovating her blighted block, building vital community services.
I love my neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. I love my neighborhood.
What do you think the impact is on younger members of the community when you grow up around derelict buildings where there may be criminality?
Beauty is healing. Order is healing. You know, you're more secure when things are in order. Blighted houses, you can't feel secure going past them. You don't know who's in there and everything. And so that can affect them. And also, I think that they need to know that they deserve to live in a beautiful neighborhood, like some of those other neighborhoods that they see. They need to see that. They need to live and be able to grow up in that and appreciate that. Our project here in the village is basically strictly here to transform blight to beauty. The very first entity was the homework house. You definitely have to have educational services for the children. And so the 10-year goal is to basically transform all of the blocks of Avalon Street.
If I came to Avalon 5-10 years ago, how different was it?
Oh my goodness. Avalon Street in Highland Park was one of the most notorious blocks. This was like really dangerous. Nobody could walk down here like we sitting up here walking down here. So people that know that we're fixing up Avalon, they are so surprised. They like, what? Y'all over there on Avalon, do you know what used to go on Avalon Street? And I didn't know, but it just couldn't get no deader. You know how something just get beat down in the ground? I was like, this block has had it. Now it's time to, you know, work on it. And you know, it's space to work on. For me, it was like a canvas. And it was after my son got killed, my 2-year-old, 6 months after he got killed, that's when the active building, developing his park, cleaning up the block and stuff happened.
You lost your son?
Yes. I lost 2 sons, 2 boys. That was my baby boy that was 2. He was 2 years, 1 month, and 6 days old, and he was actually hit by a car on Rhode Island Street. And then my other boy, he just got killed 1 year ago. He got shot to death. And so he was 23.
Wow. How do you stay so strong?
Well, you know, hey, I gotta keep it moving. Just gotta keep it moving. This is cool work. It's healing, that's what it is. It just helps me to utilize the energy of grief because it's there. And I could just make something good, just continue to just keep going and keep going. I guess I want it bad enough. You know, I want it for us bad enough.
Do you think that grief has been your kind of motivation? Is that what is giving you the ambition to do something like this?
I'll say that it added fuel. I always cared about my neighborhood. I always cared about my surroundings. And I always have cared about my community and done community work. But I can say that that just made me more stronger and more invincible doing it, you know. You know, the worst thing in the world to me as a parent, and I think probably other parents will feel the same if they lost their children.
I can't.
And so a lot of people can't even imagine that. And so when it actually happens, that's like the worst thing to me. And so now it's like, you know, I don't have anything to lose, so I can keep moving. That's what I chose to do anyway.
I don't know how you've got this kind of energy and vibrancy about you, though. You're exuding this great positivity, and yet it must still be quite raw. And apologies if maybe that's how you deal with it. You don't like talking about it, so apologies if...
Yeah, it is raw. It's still raw. It's, you know, every day I pass the space where he actually got shot at. We built a shrine over there.
He got shot on this street?
Yeah, he did, but he didn't die on this street. He was real smart and he was he was caring and he was just bold and he was on this block all the time.
Can I give you a hug?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's rough.
Following the deaths of Jacoby Ra and Chinyelu, Mama Shu dedicated the block's new basketball court to the children she'd lost, including her stepson Pili, who was also murdered, naming the mural, "My Three Sons."
To lose one child is a tragedy. To lose three, beyond comprehension. Feels so unfair. How do you ever come to terms with that?